Hi, everybody, and welcome to another In the Love Amplified series. Thank you for your feedback. Thank you for your comments. Keep them coming. Some of it are very useful and positive. Some of the feedback I've gotten, and I've got this before, by the way, is that I sometimes contradict myself. And I'm very aware that I do. How can I not? With what's going on right now, I'm not the same person I was a few days ago. I can't be. There's just so much input, and my ideas are changing constantly, and it's how I want it. There's a lovely retort by the American poet Walt Whitman, and when it comes to contradiction, this is what he said. Do I contradict myself? Very well then, I contradict myself. I am large, I contain multitudes. I love that, and I'll leave it there with you. So, how predictable are you? If you were to ask the people around you, the ones who know you well, intimately, what would they say in terms of how predictable you are? And what would you say about how predictable you are? See, the reason I pose this question is that what I've noticed over the last couple of days especially is how predictable people's reactions and responses are, and how, if you know something about the person, how easy it is to predict what their next response or reaction would be. So we are all a set of conditioned responses, but response denotes conscious awareness, and maybe it should be we all a set of conditioned reactions rather than responses, because our mind is reactive, right? There's a stimulus, there's a reaction or a response, and very often it is so predictable, it is completely linear. So the first thing is, how aware are you of how you react to this stimulus? So the president goes on TV and he makes an announcement, and the response or the reaction for many people is incredibly predictable. They buy up all the toilet paper. Okay, I mean, who would have known? But all of our reactions come from an effect of who we are. And what are we an effect of? We're an effect of all of our emotional history, our past traumas, our narratives, both historical and present day narratives, our beliefs, our influences. This is what we are an effect of. This is what makes us up. And this is important because if this is what we are an effect of, we are also the cause of so much. And what is it that we are causing? So according to quantum physics, nothing exists independent of the observer. All right, it's known as the observer effect. So there's that old saying, if a tree falls in the forest and nobody's there to see it, did the tree really fall? Okay, and according to the observer effect, the tree doesn't exist, neither does the forest, if nobody is there to observe it. That idea that we are the cause of this, to the idea that nothing exists independent of us being there to observe it. So what does that mean in the bigger scheme of things? Is the world is an effect of us. What is happening is an effect of us. And what specifically? Our thoughts, our ideas, our paradigms, our beliefs, our feelings about what is happening is the cause of what is happening. Now, if I am the cause of what is happening, I'm also in effect of what is happening, and we get caught up in this loop of cause and effect. At the heart of Buddhist teachings is this idea of us being aware of what we cause, and also being aware of what causes us. Because we are an effect of what's happened to us, what we've encountered, but we are also the cause of that effect. Now, this is an important question. Can we be a cause separate from the effect that we are? I'm going to repeat that. Can we be a cause? Can we cause something separate from the effect of what we are, of who we are? And I think the answer to that is yes and no. If we are living unconsciously, okay, if we are living with very low levels of awareness, then all we can ever be the cause of is the effect that we are. And what is the effect that we are? It is everything that we've encountered, our emotional history, our belief systems. And this is what we perpetuate, what we ultimately become the cause of. And this is why we see our history constantly repeats itself. And this idea of the sins of the father being passed down. Because when we live with very low levels of awareness, we are being the cause unconsciously of the effect that we are. So your big takeaway possibly for today, the big idea is that how do you become a cause separate from the effect? And that means that you've got to let go of everything that has caused you, that you are the effect of. It means that you have to separate yourself in order to be the cause of something different. You have to let go of everything that's happened to you. Otherwise, that effect will simply become the cause, and it becomes perpetuated in that way. The second thing is that small causes can cause large effects. So most people underestimate the power that they have because they are a single unit. But and this is the whole butterfly effect. A very small cause can have a massive effect. And so don't underestimate yourself as the cause of what is unfolding here. And then also small effects can cause large effects. So the action you take today could have a massive effect later on. All right, and a cumulative action or cumulative thought or consistent belief, consistent feeling will ultimately have an output somewhere in the world. Okay, so that's where I want to leave it. All right, just notice, what is it that you are causing? Is it just a continuation of the effect that you are? And can you create a separation between the effect that you are and what it is that you cause, what it is that you put out? Just some stuff for you to think about. Have an awesome day, and thank you again for tuning in. Bye.